Subsea. Story time with Ronnie. Today, we're going to be leaving Forest Road 300, heading on Arizona 260. Today's story, Arabian Nights, Part 2. Last time we talked about this story, we had two kings, King Shah Hayar and King Shah Zaman. The older king, King Shah Hayar, was the king of all the lands, and he had made his younger brother King Shah Zaman king of the barbarian lands in Samarkand. And after 20 years, the older brother decided, man, I really want to see my younger brother. So that was just about where we left off. The older brother's wazir had just made it to the younger brother's kingdom, and they was about getting set to do 3-4 days worth of partying and then traveling and whatnot. So they were just all camped out outside of town waiting for something to happen. So we'll pick it up there. All right. So I think this is where we left off here. Oh yeah. Okay. And he caused his tents, camels, and mules to be brought forth and encamped, with their bales, loads, attendants, that's that two words again, attend and ants, and guards within inside the city, in readiness to set out the next morning for his brother's capital. But when the night was half spent, he bethought him that he had forgotten in his palace somewhat which he should have brought with him. So he returned privily and enters his apartments, where he found his queen, his wife, asleep on his own carpet bed, embracing with both arms a black cook of loathsome aspect, and foul with kitchen grease and grime. What? So the guy's like gonna go see his brother. They set up camp and stuff out there, and he's supposed to be gone. He ain't she like didn't even wake that one night. Like he's like, oh shit, I forgot something. Let me go back and check. And whoa, yup. All right, let's take a look at this road. So that's Forest Road 300. Um, there are rumors now that it is paved, or that they're gonna pave it. And oh boy, I can't imagine how fast they'd be going through there now. But as it is there, um, it gets beat up with holes and stuff, and they're not going to grade it all the time. It's a forest road. So with Ronnie, at some point, I just give up on trying to go slow, and I have to go faster because it's just too much. And like it's just shaking, and it's just like, okay, finally we got to go faster in order to get that suspension to actually work, and that kind of thing. But oh boy, you don't want to hear, just everything all around you just shaking and rattling, and it kind of reminds me of back in high school. I had a 1981 Camaro Z28, and with a T-top. Yeah, they blew off on the highway one time. Wow, talk about a rattly car. Anyway, let's get back to this story. Okay, he found a queen, okay, in the arms of a cook, covered in grease and grime. When he saw this, the world waxed black. Hey, don't, no, kitty. Not on the computer. Come on now. I got my very good helper, JFK, here, uh, deciding to make a few edits. Very good. Yes, I agree. That did not belong in there. There's no point. Exactly. Okay. Here we go. So we'll try this again, as now as the terror has passed through. Okay. His wife, okay, yep. He saw this. The world waxed black before his side, and he said, if such case happen, while I am yet within sight of the city, what will be the doings of this damned whore during my long absence at my brother's court? So he drew his scimitar, and, cutting the two into 4 pieces with a single blow, left them on the carpet, and returned presently to his camp without letting anyone know of what had happened. He gave orders for immediate departure, and set out at once, began his travel. But he could not help thinking over his wife's treason, and he kept ever saying to himself, how could she do this deed by me? How could she work her own death? Till excessive grief seized him, his color changed to yellow, his body waxed weak, and he was threatened with a dangerous malady, such as one as bringeth men to die. So the wazir shortened his stages, tarried long at the watering stations, and did his best to solace the king. It's like, oh man, there's something wrong with the poor king. Oh yeah, no, it's my fault, king. I got a sore foot. Let me slow down. Now when Shah Zaman drew near the capital of his brother, he dispatched avant couriers and messengers of glad tidings to announce his arrival. And Shah Hayar came forth to meet him with his wazirs and emirs and lords and grandees of the realm, and saluted and enjoyed with exceeding joy, and caused the city to be decorated in his honor. When, however, the brothers met, the elder could not but see the change of complexion in the younger, and questioned him of his case, whereto he replied, "'Tis caused by the travails of wayfare, and my case needs care, for I have suffered from the change of water and air, but Allah be praised for reuniting me with a brother so dear and so rare." On this wise he dissembled and kept his secret, adding, "O King of the time and Caliph of the tide, only toil and moil have tinged my face yellow with bile, and hath made my eyes sink deep in my head." See, you can hear that crazy insano sound, and that's because it was just too rough, and the wife and I just like, okay, we're doing this, and we grit our teeth, and I mean, nothing ever happens. It just sounds terrible, and if it, well, I don't even know how they would do it better. None of them darn slide outs might help. All right, let's go on here. Now, I have no idea where I am. No idea. Oh, here we go. Caliph of the tide, toil and moil, eyes deep in my head. Then the two entered the capital in all honor, and the elder brother lodged the younger in a palace overhanging the pleasure garden. And after a time, seeing his condition still unchanged, he attributed it to his separation from country and kingdom. So he let him wend his own ways, and asked no questions of him, till one day, when he again said, "O my brother, I see thou hast grown weaker of body and yellower of color." "O my brother," replied Shah Zaman, "I have an internal wound." I got an internal wound. My cat just went nuts. What'd you do, psycho cat? Okay, now we're on the internal wound. Okay, I have an internal wound. Still, he would not tell him. Oh boy, we're getting close to the pavement. We're getting close to the pavement. Oh, that's what she did. She knocked over the... I couldn't see it there. Okay, an internal wound, and he still would not tell him what he had witnessed in his wife. Thereupon, Shai-Hayar summoned doctors and surgeons, and bade them treat his brother according to the rules of art, which they did for a whole month. But their sherbets and potions not availed, for he would dwell upon the deed of his wife, and despondency, instead of diminishing, prevailed, and leechcraft treatment utterly failed. All the way to the leeches, no go. All right, we're on the highway now. Whew, boy, oh boy, that's good news. All right, what the heck direction are we going? We're going west, I guess. Let's see, Arizona 260. So that'll be, yeah, that's the guy. And we're heading into, we're gonna hit the Mogollon Rim and go on down there. Okay, here we go. I'm going. Okay, here we go. We're treat his brother. Oh, right, the leechcraft, and it just didn't work because he has an internal wound. One day, his older brother said to him, "I'm going forth to hunt and course and take my pleasure and pastime. Maybe this would lighten thy heart." Shah Zaman, however, refused, saying, "O my brother, my soul yearneth for naught of this sort, and I entreat thy favor to suffer me tarry quietly in this place, being wholly taken up with my malady." So King Shah Zaman passed his night in the palace, and the next morning, when his brother had fared forth, he removed from his room and sat him down at one of the lattice windows overlooking the pleasure grounds. And there he abode, thinking with saddest thought over his wife's betrayal, and burning sighs issued from his tortured breast. Oh, he just sat there, he's just crying it all up. Oh, I had to go and kill my wife. Oh. Yeah. And as he continued in this case, lo, a pastern of the palace, which was carefully kept private, swung open, and out of it came 20 slave girls, surrounding his brother's wife, who was wondrous fair, a beautiful, a mighty, a model of beauty and comeliness and symmetry and perfect loveliness, and who paced with the grace of a gazelle, which panteth for the cooling stream. Wow. Now there you go. Let me just read that again. That is just a sentence there. I'm telling you what. A model of beauty and comeliness and symmetry and perfect loveliness, who paced with the grace of a gazelle, which panteth for the cooling stream. Well, it just sounds so damn graceful and peaceful. Thereupon, Shah Zaman drew back from the window, but he kept the bevy in sight, espying them from a place whence he could not be espied. Ooh, voyeur. Well, there they walked under the very lattice and advanced a little way into the garden, till they came to a jetting fountain, amidst a middlemost a great basin of water. Jetting fountain, a middlemost a great basin of water. Then they stripped off their clothes, and behold, 10 of them were women, concubines of the king, and the other 10 were white slaves. Oh, the Mamluks. Then they all paired off, each with each, but the queen, who was left alone, presently cried out in a loud voice, "Hear to me, O Lord Said," and then sprang with a drop leap from the trees, a big slobbering blackamoor with rolling eyes, which showed the whites, a truly hideous sight. He walked up boldly to her, and threw his arms around her neck, oh my word, while she embraced him as warmly. Then he bussed her, and winding his legs round hers, as a button loop claps a button, he threw her and enjoyed her. On likewise did the other slaves with the girls, till all had been satisfied their passions, and they ceased not from kissing and clipping, coupling and carousing, till day began to wane. So just all day long they'd be hanging out at the fountain, getting it on. It's good to be the king's wife. When the Mamelukes rose from the damsels' bosoms, and the blackamoor slave dismounted from the queen's breast. Man, how big is that breast? The men resumed their disguises, and all, except the negro who swarmed up the tree, entered the palace and closed the porcelain door as before. What? Oh, man. Okay, on this drive, we at the top of the rim here. There's your brick check area. We'll just go sliding on down. We got another little bit here. We'll see if we can get a little further. I don't know if we're going to get through this chapter. Well, holy cow. Holy cow. So, what is with these two guys? You know, I don't get it. Okay, so now, when Shah Zaman saw this conduct of his sister-in-law, he said in himself, by Allah, my calamity is lighter than this. My brother is a greater king among the kings than I am, yet this infamy goeth on in his very palace, and his wife is in love with that filthiest of filthy slaves. But this only showeth that they all do it, and there is no woman but who cuckoldeth her husband. Then the curse of Allah upon one and all, and upon the fools who lean against them for support, or who place the reins of conduct in their hands. So he put away his melancholy and despondency, regret and repine, and allayed his sorrow by constantly repeating these words, adding, "'Tis my conviction that no man in this world is safe from their malice." Whoa. So right there, he's like, that's it, man. All y'all. I didn't say it. We got more time? We got more time. Come on, let's try to get some more in. Okay, so he's all mad at every woman around now. Okay, when supper time came, they brought him the trays, and he ate with a voracious appetite. Like he's all better now. Like, nothing makes you feel better than somebody else feeling shitty, right? Okay. The next day he broke his fast heartily and began to recover health. Oh, no, that ain't right. Okay, here we go. When supper time came, they brought him trays. He ate with a voracious appetite, for he had long refrained from meat, feeling unable to touch any dish, however dainty. Then he returned grateful thanks to the Almighty Allah, praising him, blessing him, and he spent a most restful night, in having been long since he had savored the sweet food of sleep. Next day he broke his fast heartily. This drive here, I think it slows down to 50-mile-an-hour turns and stuff like that. It's 7%, and it's you get going pretty good, and everybody figures it's because it's 4 lanes there that, you know, it don't matter if you're pulling a 40-foot toy hauler fifth wheel with a truck that's way too small and jacked up and got goofy wheels and shit on it. It don't matter. You know, the speed limit is 65. Those curve signs and stuff, those are just suggestions. So, you know. And you'll see them as they go by here, man. Oh boy, they're dangerous. We see it all the time. Simple rule, guys. Whatever gear it is that you have to be in to get up the hill, just be in that gear when you're going down the hill. Too easy. All right. Here we go. Next day, yeah, we broke it and had food trays, yeah. Okay, so oh, here we go. We're going to see the king. King's going to see his brother. His brother's going to be all like different. Next day he broke his fast heartily. Oh, man, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go. Okay, I can go there. Next day he broke his fast heartily and began to recover health and strength, and presently regained excellent condition. His brother came back from the chase 10 days after, when he rode out to meet him, and they saluted each other. And when King Shah Hyar looked at King Shah Zaman, he saw how the hue of health had returned to him, how his face had waxed ruddy, and how he ate with an appetite after his late scanty diet. He wondered much and said, "O my brother, I was so anxious that thou wouldst join me in hunting and chasing, and wouldst take thy pleasure and pastime in my dominion." He thanked him and excused himself. Then the two took horse and rode into the city, and when they were seated at their ease in the palace, the food trays were set before them, and they ate their sufficiency. All right, let's just take a look at this road. We're going to wrap this thing up here because, wow. So, things are going to change. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it from his brother because, you know, I can't imagine. Would you? Oh boy, you couldn't. How could you? All right, we're at the bottom here. Oh yeah, we're going to wrap this thing up here. Uh, Till next time, then. Thanks for watching, guys. Sam, see. Okay, there's Big Rosie. That makes me feel good right there.